Welcome back to NWA Presents Ring of Honor, and tonight we are kicking off the show. It was meant to be a one-on-one with some managers at ringside, but one half of FTR's opponents here tonight is a little bit late to the arena, thanks to FTR. FTR have done, I don't know what they've done. You know what, innocent until proven guilty. But all I'm going to say is Julius Creed is not currently at the arena, and he's blaming it on FTR. So tonight, Cash Wheeler going to be taking on Brutus Creed. As I said, without his brother. I mean, unless Julius can somehow get here in time. But otherwise, Brutus is going to essentially be facing a handicap match. Unless Wheeler feels like he can take on Creed alone without the help. So, as we know, the Creeds were awarded a rematch against FTR for the tag titles in just over a week's time at the Crockett Cup pay-per-view. We've got 2 more shows after this before we get to the Crockett Cup, with a few more rounds of the brackets to close off before we get to the finals at that pay-per-view. Super kick there by Wheeler, flattening Brutus Creed. And Creed constantly got his eye on Harwood there at ringside, but it's not going to stop him from taking the fight there to Wheeler. FTR managed to retain the tag championships against the Creeds via countout back at NWA Superpower. I think both the Creeds and the crowd were equally as upset, which is certainly saying something. It was a very cheap tactic there from FTR, but a perfectly legal one. Oh, went for a lariat. Creed moved out of the way, and look at these elbow shots now from Wheeler, trying to create a little bit of space. Creed rolling to the outside. FTR got control of the ring here. Look at Harwood. Harwood lurking. Doesn't want to get Wheeler disqualified. Oh, look at Brutus. Trying to break that grip. Oh my god. And a very loose looking Northern Lights suplex there. Launching Wheeler over his head. Did not bridge it into the pin. Headbutt though takes down Wheeler, and now Brutus on the top turnbuckle. Big splash off the top. Hooks the leg. And bang on a 2. Wheeler gets the shoulder up. That big splash off the top. Big move there by Brutus. Look at that stomps there from Brutus Creed. And Wheeler's been busted open. I don't know if it was from the stomps or not, but oh, Wheeler trying to fight back. Oh, Fireman's carry position. Moving Brutus around into the backbreaker, buying himself a little bit of breathing room. Because, holy shit, he has been busted open. Wheeler taking all the time that he needs right now. Oh, getting out of the ring. That could be bad news for Wheeler if he's struggling with a head injury. And look at Creed going after Wheeler. And Wheeler trying to get away the best he can. Oh, and he managed to get the upper hand there against Brutus, pushing him back into the barricade. Look at these dirty underhanded tactics now of Wheeler using their surroundings. The boot to the face, and it looks like Creed might be busted open. Oh god, and he dodged out the way of the drop kick. Look at Creed with a flurry of punches to the gut. Wheeler launching Brutus into the corner, and it looks like possibly the nose. It's hard to tell. Springboard. Oh, good grief! We don't see Wheeler do springboards. Holy shit. Oh, and a diving knee strike off the top, right to that busted open head. There's the code breaker. Wheeler flattening Creed for the win. Look at the nose of Creed, and Creed with the kick out. Wheeler devastated. And look at this. Wheeler now on the outside launches Creeds. The multiple Creeds apparently. No, Julius still not here. But launching Brutus. into the stairs. Those steel stairs. Not a disqualification, unfortunately. It should be. Oh my god. Wheeler covered in blood. Relentless. And look at this. Looking for a count out. Looking for a count out on Brutus. Just like they did during that championship match back at NWA Superpower. These dirty tactics from FTR. Going for the cheap wins. And Creed makes it back into the ring. Creed with the torture rack. Oh, and there's the water slide. For the win. 2. Oh my god, and Wheeler with the kick out. Wheeler got to buy himself a little bit of breathing room, but Brutus is on him. Oh. And look at Creed. Creed fighting off Wheeler back and forth. Oh, catches him. Dragon suplex. Snapdragon there from Wheeler. There's another code breaker, but Wheeler stays down. Holy shit. He's got to try and make the cover to Brutus. 1, 2. Oh, and a rope break. Wheeler devastated. He took too long and Brutus managed to get to the ropes. Armringer into the Russian leg sweep. Taking down Brutus. What is Wheeler looking for now? He's pulled Brutus away from the ropes this time. Smart move. Aware of where they are. T-bone suplex. And Brutus now dragging himself back to the ropes again. Could be looking to make sure he gets another rope break. Oh, breaks the grip. Breaks the grip. Shoulder barge. Oh, dodges the drop kick from Wheeler. You can almost see how difficult it is for Harwood not to get involved here. He wants to make sure that Wheeler wins clean. Oh, God. Wheeler catching Brutus right on the side of the head. Another T-bone suplex. And Wheeler trying to get back into this. Looking for another code breaker, and he's straight back to his feet after that one. Creed is down, though. Wheeler. Frog splash off the top. And he can't get the ropes. 2. And that is it. FTR pick up the win. Creed took the L. And look at this. FTR with chairs now. Creed's got no one to help him. Oh, and targeting the referee. Oh, and there's Julius Creed. He's made it in time. Fighting off FTR. Next up on Ring of Honor, we have got another match in the Crockett Cup tournament, this time in the women's bracket. We're going to be seeing Io Sky, who defeated Dakota Kai, her tag partner, in the first round. Io's going to be taking on Blair Davenport. And obviously I have forgotten to change Davenport's trons. So she is now using the trons of Dakota Kai to taunt Io Sky. Blair Davenport representing the United Empire, looking to bring back that women's championship by using the Crockett Cup briefcase to secure herself an opportunity. Davenport managed to weasel her way through the match with Shayna Baszler, getting a count-out victory against Baszler to advance. So here we go. Oh, good grief, and Io right off the bat just ran full speed ahead at Davenport. Got hit by that pop-up knee strike with a roundhouse kick. Oh, and Davenport managing to stay on top of Sky right now. Sky gonna fight back. Might have been a little bit too brash out of the gate, and look at Davenport. More than happy to show off. A little bit of showboating there. Showboating? She's doing something. Oh, and that's shoving Io off of her. Bloody hell! Davenport being one step ahead of Io Sky right now. Look at Davenport now, grounding Io. She's been taking advantage of the speed that Io's brought to the ring. Look at Io throwing the forearms. Oh, and a spinning back fist silences Sky. Davenport clearly watched the match between Io Sky and Dakota Kai and knows how Io Sky is going to approach this match. Good grief. And mostly a kick-based offense here. In fact, using some of the signature moves that Dakota Kai might use. I mean, if you go back and you watch that match, Dakota Kai got a lot of offense in. So you can't blame Davenport for taking a similar route. Oh, knee to the midsection again. She's been targeting that midsection with the knees. Falcon Arrow there by Davenport. Both women, middle of the ring. Look at this striking combination of kicks. Io dodging out the way. That uppercutting thrust. Kick out low from Davenport. Davenport still quite fresh. Davenport's been in control of the majority of this match. Io, though, that was a massive double foot stomp there. Got some height on the vertical leap. And now targeting the legs of Davenport. She's had to ground Davenport down to now stay in control. This is a much different Blair Davenport than who we saw in the match with Baszler. I think Davenport definitely came into this match feeling a lot more confident against her opponent, Io Sky, than she did when she went out and faced Shayna Baszler a few weeks ago. Oh, catching the leg of Io. DDT. Dumps her with a DDT. Very nice. Io Sky retreating to the outside of the ring. Davenport's gonna follow. Oh, kick to the gut. Davenport lifting Io into the powerbomb position. Good grief, and a powerbomb on the apron. Holy shit. And with that, Io could struggle to get back into this. Io trying to get to her feet. Oh, and catches Davenport with a roundhouse kick. Oh, and a second one. Davenport just got brutalized looking for the deadlift. Deadlift into the German suplex. Davenport back to her feet. Io took her down anyway. Holy shit. Io with a burst of adrenaline. Her back's got to be killing her. Oh. Tried to go for another Rana, but Davenport dumps her with the power bomb. Holy shit. Gearing up from the corner. Went for the running high knee. Oh, and Io caught her again with a roundhouse kick. Those roundhouse kicks might be the end of the story for Blair Davenport. Oh, look at this. Io with the Shining Wizard to the back of the head. And with Davenport down double knees to the midsection. Io in full control right now. Oh, and Davenport fighting back. Davenport with a knee to the gut. Oh, and Io managed to get out of the Falcon Arrow setup. Oh, and Davenport shifted her weight during that back suplex. And Io's now down on the floor. Look at Davenport with her target. Good grief! The B trigger. Oh my god, looking for a second. Oh my god. 2 B triggers in a row. And Blair Davenport's not finished. Oh, neither is Io. Io fighting back after receiving those brutal knee strikes. I have no idea how. Oh, and a discus forearm. Just knocked Io silly. Catches her with another knee strike to the face. And look at Io. Oh my god, and Davenport moved out of the way. Those B triggers have not been keeping down Io Sky, but crashing and burning on that suicide dive will. And look at Davenport with another B trigger, middle of the ring. 1, 2, and Blair Davenport is going to the Crockett Cup pay-per-view. What a brutal match. The resiliency of Io Sky. Good grief, but Davenport manages to do it. The crowd not exactly happy about it, but we also don't know who she's going to face. Next up, the feud between Undisputed Era and United Empire continues, and we'll see the United Empire in action later on tonight, when we actually see McDonough and Akira taking on the Rock and Roll Express in another round of the Crockett Cup for the tag team bracket. But tonight, we're going to be seeing Mark Davis go one-on-one with a member of Red Dragon. And the member of Red Dragon that Davis is going to be facing, Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly, for some reason, not coming out, even though he was supposed to. Not going to question it. Not going to question it. So here we go again. Apparently Bobby Fish deciding to go about this on his own, as him and Mark Davis tussle for the advantage there starting off. And we know, speaking of advantages, we know that the Empire has the advantage for War Games after the match at Superpower. We don't even know which members of the Empire are going to be taking part, but I'm sure that Aussie Open is going to be in the mix, along with, of course, Ospreay. It's going to be a lot more beneficial for Undisputed Era to actually win that match, but a clause has been added to it. So we already know that the winners will get championship opportunities. They get pretty much immediate #1 contenderships in the following weeks for whatever championships they desire. Whether that's the tag belts, a mid-card belt, or a world championship. But it's been written into the clause that if Undisputed Era win, one, they can't all challenge for the same belt. So we're not going to have some sort of Undisputed Era gauntlet match for the NWA USA Championship. They've got to pick separate championships unless it's the tag belts. And of course, they can't challenge for Will Ospreay's NWA World Heavyweight Championship. That was a clause that Ospreay settled on. Good grief. Mark Davis with 2 attacks to the back of the head of Fish there. Absolutely brutal. But they were Will Ospreay's conditions, and Undisputed Era have agreed to it, but that doesn't mean that they can't target the Ring of Honor World Champion, Cody Rhodes. Again, it'll be a #1 contendership, so it won't be a cash-in of any kind, and that's only if they win. And that does, of course, also branch out to United Empire. Will Ospreay not going to be able to challenge for a championship if he wins, but Aussie Open will be able to, and whoever the 4th man of that match is will also be able to challenge for a championship. Presumably it's going to be somebody that doesn't already hold a championship, so that they can make the most use out of it. Oh, Davis dodging out the way of Fish. Kick to the midsection. When he's hooked the leg of Fish, dumping him inside out, followed by the punch. Fish now in control, sleeping with the Fishes. That roundhouse kick to the jaw of Davis. Holy shit. What a big forearm to the back. Davis looking a little bit groggy after that one. Oh, and the two collided. Davis managing to dodge out the way of whatever Fish had planned. Fish dodging out the way of what Davis had planned. See Fletcher there at ringside. He recently beat Shane Haste, the national champion. Could that be what is in Kyle Fletcher's future? Big knee to the midsection. Look at Davis. Davis got the foot up, dodging out the way. Bobby Fish went for something, but Davis caught him with the STL and look at him choking out. Fish close to getting disqualified, and Fish with a kick out there. Both of these men back and forth throughout that little sequence, and Davis coming out on top. And Davis dragging Fish to his feet. This arm wringer. Oh, and a big forearm there from Fish with the knee strike. Good grief. And to a grounded Mark Davis, the sliding lariat. Oh, and Davis not going to let Bobby Fish get the momentum that he wants so badly. Look at Fish creating some space between him and Davis. Into the outside of the ring now, and Davis... Oh my god, and the collision. Both men at full speed. And Fish came out on top of that one. And the similar tactic of the ground and pound. Fletcher trying his hardest not to get involved here tonight. Same reason as Harwood earlier, doesn't want to get disqualified. Davis taking advantage of that misdirect there from Bobby Fish. Oh! Oh my god, and referee didn't see it! Fish had the rope break. Referee didn't see. But Fish managed to get out of there anyway. Oh, overhead. Oh, 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 and Davis pushing Fish away, creating a little bit of space, and it slowed Fish down. Good grief. Oh! Dumps him with the pile driver. Fish goes down for the win. 1, 2. Oh my god, and Bobby Fish with the kick out. Fish has been busted open on the side of his eye. Absolutely brutal. High risk and no reward there for Davis. He went for that top rope move and Fish hit him in the gut. He's going to think twice before doing that again. And Fish just took down Davis. Oh, went for the big boot. Davis dodged out of the way. Oh! Caught him in the roundhouse kick to the gut. Look at Fish. Fish getting some distance so that he can charge towards Davis. Davis caught him with a spine buster. Holy shit. Armringer again. And Fish fights back. Caught in the spine buster. Holy shit. He went to a different level with that one. That was a brutal spine buster. If one doesn't get it done, then two might. And look at the ground and pound. Davis being relentless here. I would be very surprised if a member of one of these teams doesn't get injured before we even get to War Games. And Davis just got dumped right off the top turnbuckle. Look at Bobby Fish. With the buzzsaw kick. Davis could be out. 1, 2. Oh, and Davis with the kick out. Oh, went after the leg, but Davis with the quick shot. Oh, and look at these combination of blows. There's the takedown to Bobby Fish. Fish really, really struggling now. Look at Davis targeting the wound on Fish's face. A dirty underhanded tactic there by Davis. And if Fish loses this match, it's going to really put Undisputed Era at more of a low morale disadvantage because they have been really struggling against the numbers that the Empire bring to the table. Look at Davis getting Fish to his feet. Fish fighting back. A burst of life from Fish. Oh! And the fish hook takes down Mark Davis. Oh, good grief! The rolling elbow strike. Holy shit. Bobby Fish on the prowl, looking for another buzzsaw kick. Davis has got to be out cold. No! Pushing Fish away. He knows what Fish is going for. He's not going to let him hit it. Or at least lock it in, rather. Fish looking for that fish hook submission. Oh, kick to the midsection. Pile driver from Mark Davis. For the 3 count. 1, 2. Oh my god, and Mark Davis. What a fantastic match, but a really upsetting win there for Davis. And an absolutely devastating loss for Bobby Fish. So next up we've got tag action as we advance a little bit further, I don't know why the Tron is not working. Every time there's something that does not work. But of course, the United Empire have JD McDonough and Francesco Akira currently in the running to get to the finals for the Crockett Cup tag bracket. The winners, of course, will get contracts that will allow them to challenge for the tag team championships whenever they want. They can become #1 contenders, and that's the only difference between the tag and the other ones. The other ones, they can cash in anytime, any place. The tags just become #1 contenders. So it's going to be interesting to see if McDonough and Akira can bring back tag gold for the Empire. And their opponents actually beat the other half of the Empire, Aussie Open, in the first round in a massive, massive underdog win. The Rock and Roll Express making their return to the NWA, former NWA Tag Team Champions, looking to become champions again here in 2023. So Robert Gibson and Francesco Akira starting off this match, and a jawbreaker right off the bat. And the match that Rock and Roll Express put on with Aussie Open was absolutely fantastic. I think it shocked everyone that the Rock and Roll Express was able to pick up the win. Good grief, Akira went for that double meteora to the back of the head. Caught Gibson with a Rolling Thunder Codebreaker instead. Gibson was wise to dodge out of the way of that first move, because it could have been a very, very short match, but got hit with the second. Oh, and a nice neck breaker there. And I'm being told there's been an incident backstage and we're about to cut to it, but we'll be back with this match as soon as we can. And we've got to interrupt the match that was taking place as we cut backstage to a brawl that's currently happening between Blair Davenport, who just beat Io Sky earlier tonight, and that looks like Nyla Rose, who we haven't actually seen in Universe mode yet. She was rumoured to be backstage. Bloody hell! She's just put Davenport through that table. I have no idea what is going on, but there must have been some sort of altercation earlier in the night. And this is what has stemmed from it. These women have brawled to the back, and look at Davenport trying to fight back. And Rose is not going to let her. And tag made to McDonough as again we return to this match. Devastating scenes backstage of the two women brawling. I mean, hopefully we can get some security out there to try and figure out what the hell started it. And if we can split them up, we've got to get Nyla Rose out of the arena. She's not even supposed to be here, I don't think, unless she was meant to meet with William Regal about something. But in the meantime, Empire, Akira and McDonough are going back and forth. And look at Gibson. Gibson's caught McDonough. And now with McDonough grounded, these forearm strikes to the face. And we're cutting now to Davenport and Nyla Rose fighting on top of the walkways in the back section of the arena. This is a dangerous place to be in. Good grief. The sound of Davenport's body bouncing off of that grated metal. Oh my days. And those are solid metal bars that Rose is now launching Davenport into. And look at the strength of Davenport, even after all the damage that she's taken. Oh, good grief! The discus lariat has just flattened her. Nyla Rose. Oh my god, looking for a powerbomb. On the metal! Holy shit! Davenport could be out. I'd be goddamn surprised if she's not. Oh my god! And we're back to the tag match, and holy shit, I mean, we're gonna have to get an ambulance for Blair Davenport because she's clearly not in good shape. Not after that, and I am being told that Nyla Rose being escorted out of the building. I mean, she should probably be arrested for what's just taken place. This hit attack on Davenport. And I don't know what this means for the Crockett Cup. I mean, we've got just a week of shows left. We've got another NWA Power and another Ring of Honor, and that's it. There really isn't too much time for Davenport to be in good enough condition. I mean, clearly she's injured. Clearly she's injured and she's out of it. We're going to have to wait and see what William Regal or Nigel McGuinness can come up with as a solution, but it will probably take place on NWA Power, so stay tuned for that. And we've got to return to this tag match that's currently taking place. Gibson and McDonough in the ring. And tag made to Ricky Morton, who Morton hasn't had too much input in this match. That forearm. And a nice springboard crossbody there. McDonough gets flattened. But yeah, the Empire have done a pretty good job of keeping the Rock and Roll Express separate from each other, dodging out the way of the suicide dive. And look at McDonough now, targeting both members of the Rock and Roll Express. And there's Francesco Akira realizing that his teammate is probably going to be outnumbered. Oh, kick to the midsection of Robert Gibson. Good grief. Sit out Tiger Suplex. Or Tiger Bomb, rather. Tiger Facebuster, God knows what it was. Suicide dive by McDonough. McDonough flattening everybody that comes in his way right now. Oh, and look at Morton fighting back as Gibson crawls onto the apron. Tries to get to safety. Francesco Akira getting back to his feet. We've got brawls backstage. We've got brawls on stage. This is insane right now. And Morton trying to send Akira packing, but got hit with that Rolling Thunder code breaker. A United Empire gonna go for a count out. We're at a count of 7 right now. A count of 7, and Akira is stood at Morton. Oh god, and Gibson gets rocked. Oh, and Morton made it back into the ring. Right into a headbutt. Devil inside. Holy shit. JD McDonough waiting for Ricky Morton. There's the Irish Ace. 1, 2. Oh my god, and Ricky Morton with the kick out. JD McDonough can't believe it. And neither can I. The Empire were a hair away from advancing and going to the finals at the Crockett Cup. Look at McDonough. McDonough close to getting disqualified. Oh, and Akira with the top rope. The tope. Holy shit. And a little bit of a malfunction at the junction there, but it doesn't matter because the Empire practically mugging Ricky Morton right now. This has been incredibly fast-paced and brutal from the United Empire right now. Oh, and the Empire was too slow. Morton made the tag, but McDonough went after Gibson anyway. He was already there waiting. Look at McDonough. Absolutely brutal. And Gibson trying to save Ricky Morton. Oh, and he gets dumped in the Irish Ace. Look at McDonough. McDonough going after Gibson. Oh, and a big brutal chop. And an Irish Ace to Gibson for good measure. Francesco Akira back to his feet with the kip up. Somehow Gibson's moving. Oh, Gibson back in the ring. Oh, and Akira not happy with Gibson being in the ring. Gibson's going to fight, not Gibson, rather Morton. Going to fight Morton back. Francesco Akira kick to the midsection. Looking again for that sit-out facebuster. Holy shit. Francesco Akira now going after Ricky Morton. Looking to say lights out to the Rock and Roll Express right now. Tope wipes out Morton. And Akira almost wiped himself out there. Oh, and look at Morton. Look at Gibson, rather. Oh, Moonlight Drive. Gibson went after McDonough and it distracted him. And United Empire advance. They go to the finals, putting an end to the story for the Rock and Roll Express. Big win there for the Empire, finally getting the win that they wanted to advance to the finals. We're going to have to find out pretty soon who they're going to be facing. So next up, we actually have an open challenge for the main event. It's been given to Johnny Gargano, who said that he wants to host an open challenge because he's received a lot of criticism after returning the Ring of Honor Ring of Honor TV Championship to the NWA Super Junior. So he said, fine, a Super Junior can answer the call. And the return of Tyler Bate. Very nice, very nice. We've not seen Tyler Bate since the Power Rumble, and before then he was there at Starrcade, challenging for the NWA USA Championship. Former World Heavyweight Challenger as well. This one is sure to be a good bout. We've seen Tyler Bate actually challenge Gargano, and I believe it was that match where we saw Tyler Bate get kicked out of the United Empire. But there's Ciampa and Gargano. Gargano been holding on to that championship for a good 4 or 5 months now at this point. It's been a hefty reign for Gargano. And it's kind of turned into how many ways can he get Ciampa to help him win. Here we go, and the crowd are firmly behind Tyler Bate as we kick this match off. Tyler Bate, of course, making his return, as I mentioned. He appeared very briefly in the NWA Power Rumble earlier this season. Oh, and Bate catches Gargano. Look at that series of strikes and attacks. Good grief, and a brainbuster. A count of 1, and Gargano with a kick out. Don't think Gargano was expecting that type of offense so early on in this match. Went for that front flip heel kick. There were rumors that Tyler Bate was supposed to be in the Crockett Cup, and scheduling conflicts meant that he couldn't compete. But of course that was a couple of weeks ago. Tyler Bate now returning to the NWA now that he's finished up in other promotions. And it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here. Of course, Johnny Gargano, the only person to actually hold the Super Junior variant of that championship. It was the Mid-Atlantic Championship before last year's Crockett Cup, where we had the first ever NWA Elimination Chamber, and Gargano won. Taking the belt off of Finn Balor, he feuded back and forth with Balor following that pay-per-view, and then feuded with TJP and Logan Paul in the United Empire, and managed to successfully hold on to that championship prior to Starrcade. He wasn't at Starrcade though. Good grief, and Tyler Bate outsmarting Gargano at every turn. And Gargano's even been busted open. I don't think Gargano was expecting this when he issued the open challenge, and a furious, angry kick out there from Gargano. Oh my god. This is insane. Tyler Bate being unrelentless right now. Oh, Gargano went for the super kick. Bate tried to return with the heel kick, dodging out of the way. These two superstars back and forth. There's the super kick. Gargano trying to even the odds here, as if Tommaso Ciampa wasn't enough. Apparently it's not, because Bate has come out here with a new fire. A new fire brewing. And look at Gargano dragging Bate to his feet, launching him into the corner. And Bate knew what Gargano was going to try and do. Going to try and go for that lawn dart. Good grief! And a discus clothesline turns Bate inside out. Tyler Bate had one hell of a career in Universe mode. Former Universal Champion. One of the shortest reigning Universal Champions, since both him and Mustache Mountain, him and Trent Seven both won the Universal Championship during one of the Royal Rumble events in a handicap match against their teammate, Pete Dunne. And in one night, all of British Strong Style became Universal Champions. It was a pretty important night, even if they handed back the championship to Pete Dunne the following day. Good grief, and Gargano has not missed a beat since getting back in control of this match. And look at Bate on the outside, dodging out of the way and catches Gargano in the head scissors. Oh, Gargano dodging out of the way. We of course saw Tyler Bate also feuding with Will Ospreay. He's got a win over Will Ospreay, so has Trent Seven. They both challenged at last year's Turn Up the Trouble, which was the pay-per-view following the Crockett Cup. Could we see Tyler Bate ascend to those main event levels again? That super kick there from Gargano flattened Bate. Gargano could be looking for a count out. Oh, good grief. Took a while to get him over the ropes. I think he's having some sight issues because of the blood on his face. But he managed to get there eventually, and now calling Bate to his feet. What is he looking for here? Oh, good grief. Oh my god, the slingshot spear. Gargano lurking around Tyler Bate. Oh, that released back suplex, absolutely brutal. And Tyler Bate knew that Gargano was setting up for something, managed to get out of the way. Gargano pissed about it. Oh, and look at these strikes. Those British Strong Style strikes, and look at the crowd on their feet right now. German suplex. Dumps Gargano on his head, and Gargano forced to roll out of the ring. Bate taking a moment. Bate now also outside the ring. Lifting Gargano. Dumps him with a brainbuster on the outside. Oh my god. Those side suplexes, absolutely brutal, and Bate's been relentless with them. Oh, and a picture-perfect Northern Lights suplex. This is the fire that we're talking about with Tyler Bate. Once he gets going, there's no stopping him. Gargano trying his hardest to get back to his feet, and failing every time because Tyler Bate just absolutely like a bull in a china shop right now. And where in the world is Tyler Bate going? Spiral tap off the top, and that bull has just wiped out the champion. Oh my god, and bang on the two. Gargano managing to kick out. Oh, Gargano slowing down Tyler Bate right where he wants him. In the Gargano escape submission, that arm-trapped crossface. Will Tyler Bate tap out? And Bate twisting his body. Oh, the exposed knee to the back of the head. Bate crawling to his feet, popped up into the head scissors. Good grief, and Gargano again with the kick out. And Gargano bouncing over the top rope, trying to get trying to get Bate to his feet rather. Springboard into the spear, and Gargano going in for the kill. In the corner. Super kick to Tyler Bate. Holy shit. Oh, and Bate with the overhead slap into the Northern Lights middle of the ring. Holy shit. That Northern Lights suplex turning everything around for Tyler Bate right now. Tyler Driver middle of the ring for the championship. 2. Oh my god. Tyler Bate's just dethroned Gargano, managing to get that Tyler Driver. Tyler Bate is the new and second Super Junior champion of the NWA.